Hi, my name is Amber Smith. I'm a student here at Grand Canyon University studying secondary education. My goal is to one day be a middle or a high school English teacher. In this assignment, I will be talking about teaching dispositions. The first thing I want to talk about is some teaching dispositions I feel that I already possess. So currently, I work as an instructional aide at an elementary school, so I am working one-on-one with students every single day. The first disposition I feel like I already possess would be dedication. I feel like I'm very dedicated to my students. I'm very dedicated to what they are learning and how they are learning. I like to set goals with them and make sure that we are surpassing every goal that they've ever set for themselves. Next, I feel like I'm very honest with my students. Honesty is a really big part in being an educator. I feel like when you're honest with your students, they're honest with you, and you really create a mutual trust. And when your students trust you, they really do learn more from you, I think personally. Next, I think another disposition that I possess would be setting high expectations. I like to have high expectations for my students because I like for them to set goals and surpass them. I like to set high standards because I like to see them succeed. I like to see them light up when they do something they never thought that they could. It's just really rewarding, and it makes me feel like I'm doing what I'm supposed to be doing. Next, I would like to talk about some dispositions I feel like I should work on before I enter the classroom as a first-year teacher. The first one will be reflection. So not only reflection for myself, but also reflection for my students. So what worked, what didn't work, what can I do better for the next year? Another thing that I would like to work on would be curiosity. I think that when you strike curiosity in your students, they really are more excited to learn. They're really excited to, see what you're talking about and see what you're trying to explain. I think that keeping them engaged is a really, really big part of being an educator. They're going to learn more from you if they're excited to see what you're doing the next day. Another disposition that I would like to work on would be advocacy, not just for, being an advocate for my students, but just being an advocate for the school in general. I would like to be able to set a good example in and out of the school, just to let students know that they can always come to me if they ever need to, with any situation going on in their life. Next, I want to talk about some attributes that are really important for educators to have. So the first one I think is being a strong communicator. So you're not only communicating with your students every single day, but you're also communicating with coworkers and administrators and, community people when you're doing fundraisers and things like that. So you're always talking, and you're always talking to someone about something that you need or want them to learn. So it's really important to be able to communicate and be able to communicate well. Another thing I think teachers need to have is patience. Patience is a really big part of being an educator. Students don't always do what you want them to do, and it's really important to be able to process your emotions and be patient and help them learn through things even when they don't really want to. Another thing I think teachers need to have is just, a heart for listening. I think that you should be a good listener to be an educator, because students are going to come to you with their problems, and it may not be what you want to do that day, but you need to be able to listen. You need to be able to process so that you can be there for them educationally and any other way that they really need you to be there for them. I also think that some standards that teachers follow, not only the national standards that we have for ourselves, but also moral standards. So my goal as an educator is to be that person for anybody who needs to be. I want to create a safe space in my classroom for any student of any background to come in and feel safe, to learn and grow and share. I think that students are going to give you what you give them. So teaching dispositions play a huge role in the development of a classroom. I think that if you come in and you're just not really excited to be there, I think they're not going to be excited to be there. But I think that if you come in excited to learn and grow and teach together, then it's really going to help engage them and strike that curiosity, like I mentioned earlier. I think that for me personally, I will uphold all of the moral and ethical standards that you're supposed to hold as a educator. But more importantly, my main goal for becoming an educator is to just be there for my students. I want to see them succeed far beyond just their education. I want to see them be good people and be leaders and the future. I want to be able to be there for them so that they can grow, learn, and feel like they can really share. So I think that teaching dispositions play a huge role in the social and emotional development of students. Thank you.